Facebook Live and Periscope. We're in Blue Zion Baptist Church. We're located 3991 Long Hill Road, Williamsburg, Virginia, USA. This is part of our 11:30 a.m. worship experience. This is Youth Sunday, the first Sunday of the month. If you have your Bibles or electronic devices, we invite you to turn to the Old Testament book of Nehemiah, Nehemiah chapter 4, Nehemiah chapter 4. Here on site, it was read from the New Living Translation earlier. I'd like to read it this time from the King James Version of the Bible. It starts out at verse 14 by saying, "And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we turned all of us to the wall, every one to his work. And it came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They which built on the wall, and they that bear burdens with those that laid it. Every one with one of his hands wrought the work, and with the other hand held the weapon. For the builders, every one had his sword girded by his side, and so built. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us, and our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held their spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise, at the same time, said I unto the people, Let every one with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them all for washing. Tips for completing an assignment involving other people. Tips for completing an assignment involving other people. The story is told. On a Saturday morning, a mother told her 3 children. Children were 10, 12, and 14. She said, I have to go into work today for about 4 hours. I have an assignment for you all, chores for you to do. The carpet has to be vacuumed. The dishes from breakfast have to be washed, and the trash have to be taken outside because I have cleaned out the refrigerator, and there's some items that have spoiled. And she said, when I get home, we'll go to a movie, and when your dad gets off work, we'll come back home, and we're all going out to shop. And she said, we all do what you're all supposed to do. You take on your chores and your assignments, and then we'll go to the movie, and then we will go out shopping. When the mother got home, as soon as she walked in the door, there was an odor that didn't smell. So there's an odor that didn't smell very good. The carpet had been vacuumed. The dishes were all washed and put away. But the trash was still in the kitchen and in the house. And so the mother told the children, she said, we're not going anywhere today because you didn't do what you were assigned to do. And the 2 daughters who were 12 and 14 said, Mommy, we did what we were supposed to do. It was John who didn't take the trash out. My brothers and my sisters, sometimes we can have assignments, but everyone involved may not do his or her part. As we're in this series of messages that are centered around assignments, I want you to be aware that there are some assignments we must do for ourselves as individuals. And some assignments dictate, imply, and require us to work with other persons. Some people enjoy working by themselves. If you enjoy working by yourself, let me see. Come on, enjoy working by yourself. Yeah. And they enjoy being responsible for what they do, meaning that as an individual person must do for him or herself. Some people enjoy working with others. And they thrive off of the energy when working with other people. Who likes working with other people? Okay. People are different. There are times that we're given assignments where we must work with other people in order that the assignment would be completed. Here's where it comes problematic or difficult, sticky or tricky or challenging. You may be doing your part of the assignment, but the other person or persons may not be doing their part of the assignment. And this could be a work project, a class project, a project in your fraternal group or your sorority, your organization, your neighborhood group, your homeowners association. It could be a ministry, or it could be in your own home. Amen. Everybody got quiet on that one. You are doing your part of the assignment, but the other person or persons are not doing their part. How can an assignment be completed if it requires a group effort and everyone is not doing his or her part? You are working hard. You are investing your time and resources. You're doing everything that you're supposed to do. But the other person or persons are not holding up their end of the deal. They are taking it lightly. They're not picking up after themselves. They do not come to the meetings. They may have some negative, may have something negative to say to whatever anybody says. They think they know it all, but really may not know much at all. They keep procrastinating. They keep coming out with excuses. They keep the drama going when they finally show up. And you know that the assignment may not be completed, not because of what you did not do or what you have not done, but because of what someone else has not done. I've said for the past few weeks, there's a man named Nehemiah who was given an assignment. It was a job that he was expected to complete. Then I share some things about this man named Nehemiah. Nehemiah's job was an important job. His brother lived well, he ate well, he wore nice clothes, he rode in nice chariots when he traveled. His job was a cupbearer to the king. A cupbearer was an officer of high rank with the Egyptians, the Persians, the Syrians, and some Jewish monarchs. It was his duty to fill the king's cup and present it to him personally. Nehemiah had an assignment that was important. He had the assignment of leading or rebuilding the efforts of the walls around the city of Jerusalem. Walls were crucial to a city because it protected them from their enemies and from other dangers. God's people disobeyed God, and God allowed the Babylonians to come in and conquer them, and the people were taken away. Then the people had been brought back, and it's been almost 100 years. And the walls still not have been rebuilt. That was roughly 5 generations, and they had not built the walls that were destroyed almost a century earlier by their enemies. Nehemiah came in, and in 52 days, the walls were rebuilt. Yes, he and God's people accomplished in 52 days something that others could not do in 100 years. Nehemiah carried out his assignment, and the walls were finally rebuilt. He did not carry out the assignment by himself. There were people who helped complete the assignment of rebuilding the walls around the city of Jerusalem. Nehemiah's assignment was indeed a group assignment. So how do we get our group assignments accomplished or completed when a person in the group is not doing their part or carrying their weight of the assignment? I will give you some tips now for completing an assignment involving other people. You probably need to take some notes today. Yeah. Some say, yeah. The first tip, create a team environment. Create a team environment. There should be a team environment. That is an environment that promotes unity and cohesiveness. It promotes working together for our common interests and for our common goals. It reminds us that we are in this assignment and we're in this assignment together. It says that we have some common interests and some common goals and we can work together to get our assignment accomplished. Allow me to read part of the text, and it is a continuation from last week. This is actually last verse of the text from last week. It's verse 14, and this is the New Living Translation that I'll be reading this from. Then as I looked over the situation, I called together the nobles and the rest of the people and said to them, don't be afraid of the enemy. Remember the Lord, who is great and glorious, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your home. Nehemiah was rallying his team or his people together. And I believe he knew that in order to get the people together, they all had to be on the same page. If you want to complete an assignment involving other people, the first tip is create a team environment. Bring everyone in. Let everyone be at the table. Nehemiah spoke to the nobles and the people. Nehemiah told them, don't be afraid of the enemy. Nehemiah told them, remember the Lord who is great and he's glorious. He was uniting them because they served the Lord. And we can be united brothers and sisters on this day as we serve the Lord. Nehemiah was creating the right environment when he told his hearers to fight for their brothers, their sons, their daughters, their wives, and their homes. Create a team environment, brothers and sisters, when you are involved in an assignment involving other people. And here's some other ways you do it. Be positive. Be open. Let the light of Jesus be seen in you. Yes, Jesus, God's Son, who was born, lived, died, and was resurrected for all of us. Our first tip today is create a team environment. The second tip is create a schedule. Create a schedule. There can be a problem with group assignments. If people do not know what they ought to do, when they ought to do it, and how they ought to do it. That's why people need schedules. In school, students or learners know when it's time to go to class. They know when they'll be working on a particular subject, and all of them know when lunchtime is. They know other things that are important to them each and every day. People in general seem to get more done when they have a schedule or know what they are supposed to do. Nehemiah had to come up with a schedule to get this assignment completed. Now listen to the verses in terms of what he did. Get in with verse 15. When our enemies heard that we knew of their plans and that God had frustrated them, we all returned to our work on the wall. But from then on, that relates to time. Only half my men worked while the other half stood guard. That relates to who was to do what. With spears and shears, with bows and coats of mail. The leaders stationed themselves behind the people of Judah who were building the wall. The people knew what time, from then on, according to the text. They knew who was supposed to do what. They knew what they were supposed to do and how they were supposed to do it. But that's a schedule. Zui Dashanel wrote, I like having schedules. I tend to be the type of person that thrives on something being regular. Schedules help keep us in focus. And I believe Jesus had a schedule, even though it may not have been written down. because there are several instances in the Bible where we see that he got up early to pray, but not only to pray throughout the Bible, the New Testament, the four Gospels where he prayed in general. Maybe we should put prayer on our schedule. Having particular times where we can have undisturbed time with God. And I also believe that Jesus knew how to adjust his schedule when appropriate. Because there are problems. Because we can have our schedules so tight that they become so stressful. Remember, Jesus was on his way to Jairus' house. Jairus' daughter was sick, and a woman touched the hem of his garment. He stopped right there, even though he was headed somewhere, even though he had something to do. He stopped and told the woman that she was healed. Jesus always had time for people. Amen. Brothers and sisters, schedules can be our friend to help us through life. And if you're trying to complete an assignment involving other people, the second tip is create a schedule. But there is one other tip that I want to share with you if you're trying to complete an assignment involving other people. Here it is. Create a climate of being efficient. Create a climate of being efficient. In regards to our assignments, in regards to life, we have a tendency to be inefficient. That means that we waste time, waste resources, be disorganized, and unproductive. Did anybody check off all of those on their list? You did all of them? Okay. This slows the process down if we're trying to complete an assignment in general. But it becomes more complicated and challenging if the assignment requires other people to be helping out with the assignment. The last tip is to create a climate of being efficient. As a church, we strive to practice the 3 E's, and again, they are empathy, excellence, and efficiency. Empathy means we feel, Dr. Corvette, what others feel, and we put ourselves in their place. Excellence refers to how we do things and the quality in which we do things because we serve God. And when we're efficient, we avoid wasting materials, energy, efforts, money, and the time on doing something that's producing a desired result for the kingdom. This was exactly what Nehemiah and those who were working on the assignment did. Please note as I read, the laborers carried on their work with one hand supporting their load and one hand holding a weapon. That was being efficient. All the builders had a sword belted to their side. The trumpeter stayed with me to sound the alarm. They did not want to lose time or waste time if someone attacked. That was being efficient. Then I explained to the nobles and officials and all the people, the work is very spread out, and we are widely separated from each other along the wall. When you hear the blast of the trumpet, rush to wherever it is sounding, and like this part, then our God will fight for us. We worked early and late from sunrise to sunset, and half the men were always on guard. And I also told everyone living outside the walls to stay in Jerusalem. That saved time. That way, they and their servants could help with guard duty at night and work during the day. During this time, none of us, not I, nor my relatives, nor my servants, nor the guards who were with me, even took off our clothes. We carried our weapons with us at all times, even when we went for war. Now, if you're reading the Bible, if you have the King James doesn't have the last part. If you read another translation, it will. The original Hebrew was hard to interpret in terms of that particular section, in terms of carrying the water with them. But they kept their weapons with them. They were really efficient. And you know, we have to practice being efficient. How many times we go through the house, going through the same room, where we can pick up something, pick up everything when you go through, that's, you want to go on that side of the house. Yeah. I know some of y'all, everybody kind of like looking down and smiling because you're guilty of it. Listen to this. They did not take off their clothes. Now, you don't have to be that efficient. You don't have to be that efficient. Nehemiah and the people were working towards their goal of completing the assignment to rebuild a wall around Jerusalem. And if you're trying to complete an assignment involving other people, create a climate of being efficient. Cut out the waste. Cut out the waste. And my brothers and sisters, this should be something that we practice in other areas of our lives. Even our financial well-being. We need to cut out the waste. Yeah. Do you really watch that much TV? Do you need Netflix? You need DirecTV? I mean, you really need all of that? If you're going to watch that much TV, maybe you better look at your life. Your life. You're not going to complete our assignments when we have other people involved. Assignments can be completed by the grace of God and His mercy. By God who loves us, our assignments can be completed. He desires that we will complete our assignments. And according to 1 Timothy, God desires that all of us will be saved and come into the knowledge of truth. And since we're talking about tips that will help us complete our assignments when people are involved, let me give some practical tips that will help us to stay healthy in this life. And this is taken from the website www.healthlifestylestruth.com. And it has 33 lifestyle tips. Time will not permit me to list all of them and the information associated with each tip, but let me just share just the first part of it. Number 1, get daily exercise. Number 2, you should sleep 6 to 8 hours per day. Number 3, eat a well-balanced diet. Number 4, maintain a healthy weight. Number 5, have a positive outlook. Number 6, maintain a balanced lifestyle. Number 7, stop smoking. Number 8, reduce your intake of alcohol. Number 9, surround yourself with friends and family members who are supportive. Number 10, manage your stress. Number 11, drink 8 to 10 glasses of water daily. Number 12, take daily vitamins, minerals, and herbal supplements to maintain your overall health and deal with your specific health problems. Number 13, find things to laugh about on a daily basis. Laughing is good for you. I didn't say laugh at me. I said laughing is good for you. Number 14, spend 5 to 10 minutes per day to practice deep breathing. And relax. Don't get sleepy on me. Number 15, avoid your exposure to toxins like pesticides, molds, fungus, and heavy metals like lead, mercury, aluminum, etc. Now I want to add 5 tips that will help us spiritually. Get your pen out. Get your pen out. Here are 5 tips that will help us spiritually. Number 1, seek a relationship with Jesus. Number 2, seek a relationship with Jesus. Number 3, seek a relationship with Jesus. Number 4, seek a relationship with Jesus. Number 5, seek a relationship with Jesus. When we seek a relationship with Jesus, we'll be able to complete our individual assignments and group assignments, and we can be efficient at doing it. Our quote today comes from William Ames. Ames said, in the exercise of God's efficiency, the decree of God comes first. That means that we should do what God tells us to do, and if we follow God and put Him first, then we will get the things accomplished that we need to get accomplished in our lives. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. There might be somebody who's watching us via Periscope or Facebook Live. And perhaps you are working on assignments with others, or you might be just trying to get through your assignment in life. God is able to help you through your assignment. So for those who are following us via social media, I'm asking you to bow your heads, and those who are on site, I'm going to ask you to bow your heads. We're going to pray 2 prayers. We're going to pray 2 prayers. The first prayer is for those who do not know Jesus as Savior. Just pray after me. Just whisper the prayer after me. Just whisper the prayer. Oh God, there are things I need to complete, and I don't know where to start. I need you, Lord. I need you in my life. Forgive me for my sins. Jesus, come into my life. I accept you as Savior. In Jesus' name. Keep your heads bowed. Now, the second prayer for those who already know him. Just whisper the prayer after me. Keep your heads bowed. Oh, Father, we thank you for this preaching and teaching of the day. Because I do not always do what I should do. But I need you today. I need you in my life. And so I pray that you would refill me with your Holy Spirit. When I work in a group, help me to be the peacemaker and the unifying element. Help me to stay on schedule, to stay on task, to complete the things that need to be done. Grant me wisdom to know what to pick up and what to put down. Teach me to be more efficient. I love you, Lord. It is in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Hands up. Now, if you're following us via social media, if you prayed the first prayer, get involved with a local church whereby you can grow and God can use you on various assignments. Now, if you live within an hour's drive in Williamsburg, we're at New Zion Baptist Church. We're located 3991 Longview Road, Williamsburg, Virginia, USA. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Those who are on site, I'm going to ask you to stand.